that thing. Alright. So I'm here with Josh Howard of previously The Line and now The Virus, reuniting once again for the inaugural arcade interviews. We're playing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So what prompted the reunion altogether? What was the initial...
I think it was just time.
Boom!
17 lives.
Yeah, you got plenty of time.
What's up?
You got plenty of time.
Just timing. It was the right time. Everyone was just in that moment where they could do it. Just be, I don't know. It was really what it comes down to.
Okay. So it wasn't like...
It was like every few, probably once a year, or who knows how often it was. I mean, it wasn't like every other day someone was knocking on the door to come play.
You were getting
we would get them once in a while, and people would do them, and most of the time it was like a bullshit thing, or people were not into it. So I think it was just we got one of those offers, and it became a bogus deal, but it got us to the point where we're saying, hey, maybe we should all hang out. Maybe we should all take the travel, hang out, see what it feels like to be in the same room together, and see if we want to do this.
Yeah, see if it meshes.
Why not?
That's the ankle player bitches suck ass.
Paul and I work together, so getting time off is not the hardest thing because he owns the company and
that works out really well.
As an employee, so if I'm hey, so the band wants to go on tour that we're in together.
Can we have off?
Can I have off?
Well, that's cool.
Yeah. So
And everybody was right on board, and it takes some convincing for anyone.
I think everyone was a little hesitant.
Fuck that thing.
But we got to that point where it was yeah, let's just try this. Fuck it. And we got in the same room, and everyone was happy to see each other. And as always, we started our get together with a big stupid meal because the virus likes to eat.
Yeah. What was the food?
The first meal we had. I want you to notice I said first meal.
Yeah.
We went and we all got ridiculous burgers and wings and I don't even know what else. There was a lot of food. The meal that ended it all was a pizza with 15,000 different toppings. We each got a cheesesteak. One guy got a cheesesteak and added capicola and mozzarella sticks to it. It was awful. But he got a salad, so it was healthy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it evened out.
That takes care of that. Oh, you can punch the rockets, just so you know. That's cool.
So yeah, it was just it just fell back into it, just like before. So it was fun.
Yeah.
So we decided to play a show and.
Now, your initial show was at G-Man.
The initial show was at G-Man because we wanted to test the waters.
See what the turnout would be like.
Just see what the turnout was like and to see, we haven't played a show together in 10 years.
Yeah.
So it's kind of I didn't know what it was going to be like with all those guys. Just all together, instead of getting on stage in front of 300 kids and totally sucking as a live show. Those kids would not have been happy.
No, for sure. Hey, I was at that show, and you guys didn't even promote that as a virus show.
No.
Did you announce it was the virus the day before?
We announced it the day before.
Prior to that, it was all
done under the name Full Circle. And the date just kind of matched up to what would work for everybody because our friend Ravengers from Baltimore were on tour, and he had asked me about that date if I could do anything for him in Harrisburg, and I was like, yeah. And then once we decided to do that, I let him in on the secret. He was more than excited.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. Yeah, that turnout was
a great turnout
for downtown, and that was weeknight, right?
It was weeknight. We had kids travel from Pittsburgh and Wilkesboro, and I think there's a few kids from Baltimore and Philly that showed up for the weekend.
Ooh.
Night. No, it was a Tuesday night in Harrisburg.
Yeah.
Retarded.
It was very cool. It was a very nice show.
I've always had a crush on her.
Of course.
April fucking.
We all did. Every turtle did too. I think Raphael was the one that finally got her.
I think he did. No, Casey Jones got her.
Oh, he had the hockey stick.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
He was the one that also had a human dick.
Oh, yes. That's come in handy in a sexual situation.
Can't imagine, getting down with the turtle would be very much fun.
I don't know. I don't know if they ran town with Greg.
They only had 3 fucking fingers.
We saw some fingers in their own right, I'll be honest. Ow, the cars move! Fuck you!
What the fuck? Dude, the Foot never had guns.
No.
It's bullshit.
They weren't this well trained at all. So, with, respects to touring, you have things coming up. You're gonna do a lot in the next, I'd say, year or so.
Next year or two is going to be a hefty amount of touring without being gone for long periods of time.
Yeah.
We're going to do what we did after Harrisburg. We did Connecticut and we did Philadelphia. Philly was like a hometown show,
Okay.
which was amazing.
Did that turn out?
It was great. It was insane.
Oh, sorry, I missed that.
It was both of them.
No, all right. I'll take the rhino. You take the whatever the other guy is. A pig with a mohawk.
So Philly was amazing. Connecticut was amazing. So now we're gonna head and try and do the rest of the East Coast. Do Virginia, North Carolina, Atlanta. We have like 5 dates in Florida.
When does this start?
That starts November, I believe it's the 12th or 13th it starts.
Okay.
And it goes for 2 weeks. It hits Virginia, North Carolina, Florida, Kentucky, Ohio, Chicago.
Are these dates all set in stone already?
All the dates are set in stone.
Oh, that's awesome.
I couldn't tell you them off the top of my head, but they're set in stone.
That's fine. That's all you need to know. You just get told where to go in a minute. All right. So after you do East Coast, you conquer that. You're heading West Coast.
We're gonna do the West Coast. We don't have anything confirmed on the West Coast.
All right.
But we are gonna do the West Coast. It's probably gonna be the spring.
Okay.
Looking like April, and then
there is talks of internationally. Japan, I think, is brought up.
talked about Japan. A lot of kids in Indonesia really want us to come, and we really
I
want
heard
to
the
go
Indonesian scene is absurd.
It's insane.
Fuck. I forget who was over there. Sinclarity. I don't know if you know Sinclarity, but they have.
Yeah, like I just think that the Asian culture itself just takes everything to the extreme.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
they're just like, you like this? We're gonna do it better. And you're like, fuck. Why are you doing this better than I? Like, there's so many bands that I love from like Japan and fucking. It's just amazing. So yeah, we're talking about doing like Japan and
Do you have any
China.
connections with any of these bands in that area? Or you're just gonna hope that the
We have a
promoter
good
puts you up?
friend of the band.
Damn.
Is from Indonesia, so he's talking to us, and there's some bands from all over, like all those countries talking about that we have
Potential.
we have friendships with them on like we've been on the same comps or we've worked together one way or another that we've never met them.
Yeah. Well, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Oh, do you? You'd mentioned a pseudo rivalry in a way with a band.
Oh yeah. So we got asked to do a tour with a band that we didn't know we had a East Coast West Coast rival with,
Yeah.
and
This band, you want to remain
I
unnamed?
don't think we're gonna let them on names,
Okay.
but you'll never see them on a show with us.
Okay.
Because we're not just gonna let that happen now. But I will say they're from the West Coast.
All right.
I will say they're not from California, and I will say they're probably most likely from the Portland area.
Okay. Are you gonna play Portland?
Oh, we're definitely gonna play Portland. If we go to the West Coast, the first place we're playing is Portland. Because this is bullshit, man. This isn't Tupac and fucking Biggie. You know,
Yeah.
like, fuck, man. Give me a goddamn break.
No, that makes sense.
It's fucking punk rock. Like, how hard is it? Like, I hate the same things you hate.
Yeah.
We both like to wear our hair dumb.
Yeah.
Like, what's the problem? So it's sort of like, and really like, come on, man. Like, how old are we? We're not
I
like
know.
17-year-olds anymore. Like,
Were they your rivals prior to the reunion,
I don't
or
think
is this
we've
a new
ever.
thing?
I think it's a new thing, and it's kind of dumb.
Yeah. Seems completely unnecessary, in my
Yeah, it's
opinion.
not necessary. But then again, we're from the East Coast, so if you say "fuck you" to me, I'm gonna make sure I say it loud.
Yeah. It's understandable. But when you guys were together, what years were the Virus really going at it? 'Cause I'm not privy to that.
tricky question. It's like 90, like late 90s, pretty much like turn of the century.
Okay.
A good friend of ours quoted it as turn of the century street punk.
Okay. So it was around the 2000s.
Yeah, it was late 90s into the early 2000s. And that's when a lot of street punk was hitting the streets again. What the fuck?
It was a pimp ride, though. I'm okay with getting hit by that.
I'm not. It's like getting hit by a fucking Prius and saying, it's cool, it's eco-friendly. It's not.
So, alright, well, back in the day, even to now if you want to, but like, do you have a favorite place to play?
I mean, I think the virus, and myself included, will always love playing Philadelphia, just because Philadelphia's home.
Yeah.
Playing Southern California is always a blast because they were always just the most ridiculous, biggest shows that we've ever played in our lives.
Yeah, rowdy motherfuckers.
Playing to 1,000 or 2,000 kids. It always feels good. What?
Skateboarding. I don't even remember this at all.
I don't remember this shit. How are you supposed to get them?
Just jump up? Jump, kick. It's only 2 buttons.
I'm just gonna do this for a while.
It seems to work fairly well. Do you have any like ridiculous stories, like some of the anything noteworthy from maybe your last tour or
from the past?
Yeah.
I mean, one time I believe we played. I think it was Kent, Ohio, and it was a small little like DIY place, sort of like just maybe a little, probably bigger than Make Space.
Oh no shit, small as fuck.
Yes, it probably fit like 100 kids nuts to the butts if we were lucky.
Yeah.
And on the edge of the stage was tires cut up.
Nice.
That was the barrier. It was like quarter cuts of tires.
Yeah.
And
this fucking thing is destroying me.
the kids were fucking ecstatic. It was just a great show. And I remember at one point looking over at the drummer, and he was hitting his snare drum, and there was beer coming off. It was like a fucking punk rock, like glam punk fucking music video.
Yeah.
And he was just like, oh fuck, this is what it's about. Shit. We played all night, but then we went, and these kids were like, hey, you can stay at our house. Like, okay. We got you guys beer and food. Sweet.
Yep. That's all you need.
Awesome.
All you really need.
That was lots.
Oh my god. That was lies? They didn't have shit?
Well, we got them, like, we got a case of Mickeys. I was like, Mickey, like, grenaders? Nah, 40s.
That's
they
ideal.
Well, they had 8 of them, which was cool.
Yeah.
I was like, well, what did you guys get to eat? Well, I think there's some bologna in the fridge.
The bologna and cheese roll-up is a staple.
Is there anything else? No? Okay. Where can we sleep tonight? So they took Paul and I up to this bedroom, and
You need to speed that story up.
Sorry.
No, I took you to the bedroom and...
They took us to the bedroom. I'm sorry, man. I'm playing a fucking video game.
I know.
They took us to the bedroom, and in the corner of the fucking bedroom is just an American flag laying on the floor. That's it. I was like, all right, well, this is a punk house. That's cool.
Yeah.
They're like, this is where the dog used to shit. Oh, cool. You gave me the room where the dog used to shit that has American flag. So Paul and I are sitting on this American flag, really debating on what to do next. And I hear, hurry up! We're jumping them in! I was like, what? Jumping them in? I was like, dude, that sounds like a gang shit. They were called Chaos Crew. They were a gang. We get down to the basement, and they were jumping the girls in.
You're kidding me.
No. And they're like, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And they fucking, all these girls start beating the shit out of other girls. And I was like, holy shit. What is going on? And they were like, and there was one dude's like, dude, I want to get beat in again. And he like gets in the middle, and they fucking count down for 5, and they fucking beat the shit out of him.
It's absurd.
Yeah, it's completely insane. The other band we were out there with was they're called Blind Society, and Black John was joining the band. It's the first time we had like played a show with those guys. And they're like, yo, we want to beat people in. And we fucking fucking jumping off the staircase in this basement, just beating the shit out of these kids.
They let you beat them in.
I didn't do it. I wasn't a part. But they let them. They're like, yeah, fuck you, you're the band. You can fucking do whatever you want.
That's badass.
They told me about all the other gangs in Ohio. I was like, I had no idea Ohio had so many fucking gangs. Punk gangs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, we left. We left like a bunch of pansies and got a Motel 6.
Understandable. Well, I mean, overall, just break it down to the dog shit bedroom.
This is the dog shit bedroom.
Nobody wants to sleep in the
No, I
dog
don't want to
shit.
sleep there. I'll hang out and watch you fucking beat each other up and drink a 40 and I'm out.
Yeah. Alright, so, in respects to the other bands you've been in, what, like The Line, you were playing with them pretty steadily prior to the reunion.
It was going pretty hard. I mean, we had, before the reunion, we decided to take a small break. Everyone was pretty tired. Everyone was playing a bunch of other bands. And, I don't think The Line will ever get back to the pace that it was at.
Okay.
For multiple reasons, like just between like my work schedule and those guys and the virus, like it's just what the
I don't
fuck?
understand what's happening right now. What is this? Those laser shits are impossible.
But if we get, like if we want to put this record out, we want to fucking play a show to put it out, we'll do that.
Yeah. I would love to have the Line play again.
I be too. It was a blast.
Yeah.
It was fun.
They're one of my favorite bands to book. And it's nice to see, because that's just straight rock and roll, and yet the Harrisburg turnout for that was always good. You know what I mean? And you weren't holding off. You were playing shows once a month easy.
We played, in our first year out, we played 65 shows the first year, which is like, it's a lot, but some, like I think about it, I'm like, that's not enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was a lot, and out of those 65 shows, I think only maybe a handful of them were in Harrisburg.
That was nice.
What the fuck, dude?
How far out?
We didn't tour, but we would do like these weekend warrior
Getaways.
we would do like 2 or 3 shows in a weekend. There was times where we played 4 shows in one weekend, and it was just we tried to, we wanted to get out and play.
Yeah.
I didn't want to just play Harrisburg. I wanted to put Harrisburg on the map by saying we're from Harrisburg, not fucking Pennsylvania, not fucking Philly. Like, here's where we're from. We're bringing it.
Yeah. How is this? This guy isn't even from the series. A metal Birdman, and he's impossible. Fucking flamethrower, get out of here.
Dude.
I've hit him a fucking 1,000 times.
I've been fried about 1,000 times.
Well, that's cool. So, aside from the virus, there's no other projects. Virus, The Line. You're working with Paul
Razorblade, yeah. Razorblade 717.
Okay. 'Cause you've been doing a lot of the tattoo circuit, like tattoo festivals and shit like that.
Yeah, I've done about 20 tattoo conventions this year.
Damn.
It's been crazy.
Yeah.
So between the conventions this year, the conventions next year, and the virus touring, I might be home at some point.
Yeah.
But I love it. My kid gets pissed off about it.
Yeah.
Can't blame him. I get pissed off about it.
Nice. Yeah, it takes you gotta go for the passion. You know what I mean? And
Yeah, I mean, I kind of look at it like, is it tiring and does my job take me away from what my son? Yes. But am I working 9 to 5 and am I miserable when I get home? No. So when I do have time with them, it's a great time.
Yeah.
Usually I'll take the whole weekend with them.
you were mentioning just watching fucking Ninja Turtles. You got great taste in
Ninja Turtles,
games.
fucking Wayne's World.
It's ideal.
It's great.
Ideal. Do they even still have Power Rangers?
I don't know.
Fuck you. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, that's
What the shit? There's nothing even there to shoot me. There we go. Oh, you're kidding me.
Turtles is getting hard.
Yes, this was meant to steal your money, but luckily we only have to press a button. Oh, dude, whatever those are.
What the shit is this? Just die. I'm just gonna take a break. Just die whenever. I'm gonna fuck.
Cigarette?
Cigarette.
Yeah, I'm into it.
He's in stance. He's ready. I gotta be ready for him.
There we go. All right. Is there anything else you want to plug or?
I don't know. Fuck.
Like, what does Razorblade? What is that? It's just a supply?
Razor Blade is a tattoo and body piercing and medical supply company.
Okay.
We only sell. We're a pro-only supply company.
What'd you say?
We're a pro-only supply company,
Oh, okay.
and which gets tricky because the state of Pennsylvania doesn't have regulations. Some other states do, but basically our rule is that if you don't work in a shop, you can't buy anything from us.
Yeah.
Anything that's going to actually help you tattoo. So like needles,
scratcher, fuck it,
machines,
yeah.
So like. It's funny, like there's an old band called Osterot, and they had a shirt that said "Fuck Nazi Sympathy," and I had a fist that went through a swastika. So we stole it.
Ooh, don't touch that.
We stole it. We made a shirt that said "Fuck Scratcher Sympathy."
Yeah, that's awesome.
And like about, I don't know, every 3 or 4 conventions, some dude rolls up. He's like, "Holy fuck, that's an awesome shirt. It's Osterot." He buys it up, and most other people are like, "Yeah, it's great. Fuck Scratchers," and they buy it. And they have no idea that it's some old punk band.
Yeah. Well, I love the slogan alone.
Right.
You know, I would support that shirt without even fucking knowing that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a tattooer, but I respect the fucking trade.
Yeah.
You know, and so does the company. The company's owned by Paul and Angie from 717 Tattoo, so it's co-owner by a tattooer, and you can't go into somebody else's trade or traditions and disrespect it.
Yeah.
That's just fucked in my eyes. I think that's how we try and run the business.
I mean, how often do you actually see somebody getting a scratch tattoo and being like, it's badass?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, like it's not even, as far as I'm concerned with like bad tattoos or good tattoos. Who am I to judge if you like your tattoo or not? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My main concern is somebody not going into a house and getting fucking hepatitis or fucking
the
AIDS.
sanitary issues.
Yeah, it's about safety. You know what I mean?
This boss alone would have cost me $4. I didn't touch it. I didn't touch that thing.
This level sucks.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, so it's mostly about, safety. Is it about getting a good tattoo, a bad tattoo? It could be. Sure.
I just think that like you said, it's not my place to judge at all, but the caliber you can get,
The caliber that you can get at a
in
shop.
comparison, it's a forever piece, you know?
It's a much, yeah.
And people just don't know. They think like I'm getting a sweet deal, and then
Right.
fucking 2 years later, they see what happens to it, and they're like, oh my God, what was I thinking?
Right. I have tattoos on me that weren't done at the best places or the best time, but
Yeah.
I love those tattoos. And I've had this conversation with other people who are like, see squatters that have these tattoos that were like done with like a needle and thread on a fucking back room of some dirty basement. You're like, oh my God, it's awful that you did that there. But that tattoo probably means more to them than the piece that somebody got was like, oh, you're an amazing artist.
Yeah.
Do whatever you want. Like, I'm sure that piece means something to somebody, but
It comes with a story.
it comes with a story. And like, if a tattoo's heartfelt,
I don't care.
me,
if
that's
it's tribal.
great.
If
If
you got a
tribal
story
or
behind
if
it and
it's
it means
fucking-
something.
a misspelled word and you think that's great, then fucking great.
Yeah.
As long as it was done safe in a good and safe environment.
Yeah.
Just because you work in a shop doesn't mean you're doing good tattoos. A good tattoo is open to opinion. A safe tattoo is a different story. There's fact to that. That's the way I look at it.
Does Razor Blade get a lot of attention? And you're saying you're traveling a lot, doing the different conventions.
This is the first year where we've gone out and hit the convention circuit really hard.
Yeah.
We've done conventions in the past, and so far the response from being out so much has been really good.
Yeah. Well, that's good to hear. I would think, because, tattoo, especially in certain areas, can be very niche.
Oh, for sure. A lot of guys, they start with a supplier that from where they apprentice from, and that's where they go to because it's just who they like.
Yeah. So it feels like coming from out of state and just saying like we've got supplies as well with this price in the way that the camaraderie amongst certain areas in their tattooing.
Sure.
It'll be harder to break into that market.
It can be. A lot of times the convention has its own circuit of tattooers, so you get to meet those guys and those guys start talking to you, and then they're ready to talk to you. They're ready to get you the supplies at the next show from you because they know that you'll be there.
Yeah. Oh, there are 3 shredders? I do not remember 3 shredders being a part of the show.
There's no such thing. It's bullshit.
Well, this guy's stuck in the corner. I'm gonna fuck
Taking
him
two
up.
of these fuckers down.
Yeah, handle
they
this
just
guy.
took me down.
Oh, me too. What? Helmet off.
Where's the scars?
Damn it. Alright, so the next virus show is when?
Next
So people
virus
can
show
be
will
aware.
be November 12th or 13th.
Oh, we're continuing a little turtle.
And what the fuck? I just killed one of these dudes and he's coming back again.
This is good.
It's in,
Whatever
I
we're
believe
doing,
it's
working
in
really well.
Richmond, Virginia. So you can catch that tour and you can get all the tour dates at viruspunks.com.
Viruspunks.com. Very cool.
We'll have all the dates on there.
Awesome. And we can just wait probably for a while to see the line get together. This is good. Whatever we're doing is really good.
I
Just
like this
pounding
over here.
button.
I hope that you can see the line before the end of the year.
Okay.
Is my goal. My goal is somewhere in the December area.
Yeah.
To have a record out and to be playing a show.
I believe that's the game, my friend.
Do we beat the whole game?
Yes.
What?
I think. I mean, Shredder's it. This is that fucking, what is that called? I don't know. Eyeball spaceship.
Techno drum.
Nice. I never would have grabbed that. Epilogue. Very good. Well, Josh,
Wow.
thank you.
Whole game. I like that we did that. It probably would have cost us probably about $60 to do that.
Easily a lot of money. Well, that was cool. Thank you very much for being a part of the first one.
Thanks for having me for the first fucking one. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
It's over. It's over. It's done. Beat the fucking game. I beat it. You beat it. Because you can't.
Unfortunately for you, the line you crossed was real and the plants you brought with you were illegal, so your bail is $20,000.